Welcome back. Today we're diving into the Google earnings report, a blueprint for the future of the internet. Forget the old search story. This is about AI, cloud profit, and a massive capital expenditure bet that tells you everything about the Google stock trajectory. In our agenda, we'll be covering three main points. The first being cloud and more profitability. The second being the AI scale. And number three, the $36 billion bet that positions Google against rivals like NVIDIA. So let's unlock the Google story. For years, the story was simple. Google spends too much, but that script has been ripped up. The mature parts of Google's empire are now turning into highly profitable, efficient machines. Google Cloud, for example, hit an astonishing 37% growth, and critically, its operating margins jumped sharply from 20.7% to 23.7% in just one quarter. This margin expansion, coupled with a massive $155 billion of cloud backlog, signals incredible long-term demand and stability. Even YouTube is hitting a new gear, with YouTube's growth accelerating now at 15%, up from the prior 12% with the last quarter. As well, subscriptions are growing at 20%, which is astonishing growth for Google. And most importantly, YouTube Shorts now earn more revenue per hour than longer-form content, driven by improved AI targeting. As well, Google is extremely bullish on Waymo. We have seen the operating margins have been increasing 6% quarter over quarter from 17.1% to 23.7% here on cloud. This also proves that the core businesses are highly leveraged to its AI efficiencies. Section 2. The staggering scale of Gemini AI. The next layer of growth is simply scale. Google's AI adoption is already at a level its competitors can only dream of. The user base being that the new Gemini model has reached 650 million monthly active users. That's almost the size of the entire US population using a single AI tool. This user base is generating a staggering 13 quadrillion, yes, I'll say that again, 13 quadrillion monthly token usage. Tokens are pretty much the currency of AI computation, and this massive figure proves that Google is generating a powerful data moat. As well, the initial monetization is already working. They have generated around 75 million in daily users even before the full international expansion. This also hints at the massive 85% growth in operating profit that AI is driving. Section 3. The $36 billion bet against NVIDIA. $35 to $36 billion in capex, representing an 85% year-over-year change. This enormous spend is their bet on building out the AI infrastructure, specifically their custom-made TPUs, needed to power Gemini and its cloud clients. This capex is critical because it directly funds their internal development of the chips needed to reduce reliance on outside vendors. As the notes confirm, they are battling AI orders to NVIDIA. Google is spending billions to control its own AI destiny and prevent rivals from holding them hostage on the chip supply. Now, with the forward PE being around 25 and a 16% revenue growth, the market is giving Google credit for having a big moat. This aggressive AI investment is the ultimate move to ensure that the moat is unbreachable. So now that we've seen the most recent news on Google, let's look at the chart and analyze where this big company has the potential to go. As you can see now, we're on a daily chart of Google. And right now we'll be doing a full technical analysis to see where you can buy the stock and where it has the potential to go. So first of all, let's look at the key stats here on Google. The volume recently has been around 16 million shares, and the average daily volume is around 30 million shares. So we're doing a little bit, more than half. And currently the market capitalization of Google is $3.4 trillion. We firmly believe the company is undervalued. We see it going to $3.8 trillion based on its current assets, such as YouTube, Google Cloud, etc., and advertising. We believe the company is, more valuable than that. On the earnings report, like we said, obviously they've been beating every single time. Their estimates, example Q4 2024, they beat every single time here their estimates. So, it just shows the quality of the company. We can see here as well that annually revenues growing at a very fast pace, with the chart going up and to the right, as well as net margin percentages, also going up as well alongside the revenue. And currently the stock is up 47% year to date, which is, phenomenal returns. But from the April lows, which was here, the stock is up pretty much 107% here on Google, which is amazing returns now. So looking at the stock, I do believe that there is still more upside.
And currently we're holding, well above the 50 MA, and we haven't even touched it once, right? And the most recent pullback was around here, the 10th of October of 2025. And, we didn't even come close to it. So that just shows how much, of an intensity there was here from, the buyers. But if we, activate here support levels, we can see here that Google is looking at, pulling back, and the reasoning to this is that it is pretty overextended here on the daily chart. The RSI is starting to reach now some overall levels of warning. We can see here that the last time we had this warning sign here on the RSI was when we had this pullback here. Wasn't too much of a pullback. It just, reverted towards, a key area of, previous support, generalized zone, but now it's looking like it's having the same problem. So I do expect a decrease here on the RSI with the price action, and maybe a little bottom out and then find the upward momentum trajectory. And when that happens, I believe that Google can pull back towards the levels of support that I have here of $258.89, which is closely aligns with the anchored VWAP from this pullback low, and which is where we found support here as well on this day with this hammer candle on the 21st of October of 2025. The next area of support that we see here is going to be this level here, so around the $242 zone, which is also forming confluence right now with the 50 MA. So I know this level is very closely. I think it's going to be one of the most important levels. If this, shorter term level of 258 does not hold, then I believe that this will be the most crucial area, which is a 50 MA. And if it's even a deeper pullback for any type of reasons, I do believe the next level would be towards this lower anchored VWAP here, level of $225, because not only is it an anchored VWAP level, but also we can see that this was the gap up level where, we gapped up here on the day here of the 2nd of September, and then we, pulled back on that same day afterwards. We found support at 225, and it's been nothing but upside from there. So I believe that, this gap will not get filled out. I don't think we'll go below 214 at all, but, these are my key important levels. So maybe over the next couple of, trading sessions, we'll see maybe more continuation, and then we'll start seeing a little bit of weakness, maybe a lower high formation like this, and then we'll start to, dip here. If we do hold, I do expect to see something like this, where we capture liquidity, then we strike up. Usually we tend to undercut levels because we tend to capture just more liquidity at these bottoms, and that would be, the best case scenario here for Google. But let's say we do the same thing, we decline even more. Obviously, I'm not saying that it will be, this fast, but, maybe during this, it will be more of a deeper pullback. And that's will, it will form this overall higher low formation here that I'm putting on my chart, this, low being higher than this one. So that would signal to us that it would be a long. And you can see it here reflected on, the current price action that we had, right? So if we look, zoom in here on this level, we had the pullback, like I'm, stating. We had a higher low formation. So this low was higher than this previous low. So this, showed us that this was the initiation of the, the leg higher, because the sellers that, were up here couldn't suffice, couldn't bring the price down lower to, this level. So it just told us that there was a lot of, pent up demand at this generalized zone, and, just buyers, came in and picked up the price here on Google. So those are my key important levels. I do believe the stock has the potential to go to my first price target, which is going to be $309.48. We are, clearly pretty close from that. We're not too far off, approximately around 10% from that high. And my second and final price target on Google, I have decided to upgrade the stock to a price of $372 here per share, which is a 31% upside, or rounding it up, 32% upside here from the current price levels here on Google. I do believe that the company is heavily undervalued. We've been seeing the intense growth in AI, as well as, Google search increasing. The threat of ChatGPT replacing advertising has slowly diminished, and the bulls are now, really, within this name. So I believe that there is still more upside here for Google. On the longer term, is also a little bit of an undervalued quantum play over the long term, a little bit of the other bets alongside Waymo. So I am firmly bullish. I reiterate my price target of $372 here on Google. Overall, Google is executing flawlessly, turning its technological lead into accelerating profitability and building a fortress around its business. The growth is confirmed and the profit is accelerating, and our $380 price target is in sight. Now, the true question is, are you positioned to benefit from the growing realization that Google is the most undervalued, dominant AI stock on the market? Let me know your thoughts in the comment sections below. If you want to follow my daily pre-market analysis on stocks like this, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell. And as always, don't let the markets whip you guys out. I'll see you guys on the next one.